What's up, guys? It's Tigre right here. I'm going to be going over my Milsim West Russian Forces Impression Direct Action Kit. Today I'm going to be going over my helmet, plate carrier, belt, and a couple rifles that I use. I'll also be going over the night vision I use. So, for those that know me, I'm a part of the Russians. I'm a part of the Zapad chapter. This chapter is based out of Texas, and we go to events all over the U.S. And at most of these events, my favorite ones are the direct action events. So these are at mount sites such as Muscatatuck or George Air Force Base. And with these, we run plate carriers with plates and helmets. So, get into it. I'm going to be going over my belt first. This is my Ars Arma Intendant padded AVS belt. This is a Russian copy of the Cry AVS belt. This one is FSB issued gear. On here, most of these pouches on here are going to be Ars Arma Intendant pouches. However, I have a couple pouches on here that are not made by Ars Arma. So these first three here are Ars Arma Intendant pistol pouches. I have one open top and then two closed tops. Normally, I'd do a load with my pistol, and with this empty one, I just throw my multi-tool in here so I have easy access to it. Because you never know when you might need it. Things break. Things get stuck, and you need to have either a screwdriver or pliers, and it's just super helpful to have that. Right behind them, I have an HSG Taco. I keep one rifle mag in there. Behind the HSG Taco, I have the Ars Arma Intendant grenade pouch. I believe this one is a flashbang pouch, technically. It's a little bigger than a frag. I have a Tactical Tailor dump pouch in the rear. I'm probably going to change this one out pretty soon to either an Ars Arma or something that's a little more kosher for the kit. On the other side, I have a double cell, double AK mag pouch by A&A Tactical. And then for here, I have my pistol, which is on the Ars Arma Intendant drop leg panel in the Intendant soft holster. These soft holsters are a little bit more rigid than normal soft holsters. Like, you see, it holds its shape pretty well, and it's not like all floppy like normal ones are. For my actual pistol, I run a Tokyo Marui Glock 17. This thing is completely stock. I haven't changed anything. The slide hasn't cracked yet. I've had no problems with this. The only thing, my only gripe with this thing, is that it struggles to lift anything over a 2.8. But if I'm using a pistol, it's probably going to be indoors, it's probably going to be close. I'm not going to need super good range out of this thing. Just need something to shoot. In front of the holster, I have two more Ars Arma Intendant pouches. This is another grenade one, and this is another, I believe this one is actually a flashbang pouch. So I have all these pouches because I like carrying a lot of grenades at direct action events because there's a lot of buildings, and grenades mean you don't have to do CQB. And the less CQB we have to do, the better, because CQB is a death trap. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my belt. The only thing I will say is this leg panel. I'm normally used to running, say, like Safari-Line holsters, things that are rigid. This leg panel is extremely flimsy and just flops all around. The only rigid part on here is the holster, but even still, I can run this thing for hours and not notice it, and it's fine. Same with the belt. Since this thing has insane padding on here, I can run that belt for upwards of an entire event, and it's fine. And I don't have the best hips. Like, I had deterioration in one of my hips, and knowing normal shooters' belts, my hip starts killing me. And with this one, I don't feel it. So we're going to move on to my plate carrier. This is a Cry CPC. This is an old gen. And one of the things I found out about the Cry CPC is that the actual mag flap that it comes on it does not fit AK mags very well. They get stuck up inside the inside, and it's just a pain in the ass to get them to fit in there. So what I did was I put 3 single cell mag pouches on the front. 2 of them are Warrior Assault Systems, and this one is an SRVV, and these hold AK mags much better. And again, they don't flop around as much as you might think. Right above them, I have my ATAC. This is a Samsung Galaxy S9, a Juggernaut case with the mount. Are my chapter patch here. So on this, I run this because I don't want to run my actual phone on the outside of my kit. I don't want to have to worry about taking a round to it and smashing the camera. Like if you can see here, there's already a hole there where it's been shot. And if I just have this and leave it in my kit, I don't care about it. If the camera gets shot, doesn't matter. All I use this for is a map. I hotspot this off my normal phone, and it works fine. So again, I can just keep my phone tucked away in a pouch somewhere, just hotspot it off, keep it plugged into a battery pack, and I can run it the whole event. And again, I don't have to worry about my actual phone getting shot. I only use this for ATAC. Having a map at events like that is huge because you can, especially with ATAC, which is a server-based system where you can have your entire force on there and you can ping different buildings on the map. You can give out bearings and you can mark things. So it's really helpful for like marking where you know a fob is going to be, and everyone on the server sees it. So that's why I run this. And again, having a map is super useful. Be like, all right, they're in this building. Well, I know where it is because I can just flip it down and be like, cool, that building's right there. All right, going over onto the left side of my cummerbund, I have a single and then a double A&A grenade pouch. I like having grenades, as I said, in my belt. It's just, I like having grenades. Right here I have a TCA 152. This is a copy of the PRC 152. This one takes real Harris antennas and real push-to-talks. And proving that, I have a Lennox Signal Invictus SS push-to-talk. This is a dual-com push-to-talk. So if I wanted to, I could run another radio on this cummerbund here, and I can have them both coming up to my one headset. On the other side of my cummerbund, I have another single SRVV AK pouch. I have a radio pouch here for if I want to run a separate radio. And I have a GPS pouch that I normally use as a GP pouch, which I can run, again, frags. I can put snacks in here, run some drip drops, or any like electrolyte packets. On my back, I keep it pretty slick. The only thing I have on here is my FSB patch. If you've ever tried rucking with any back panel on, you'll understand how much of a pain it is and how much it sucks, because your actual ruck won't sit on your back correctly. So that's why I keep it slick. Inside my carrier, I have Cyrodiene E-Sappies. I have both front and back, and the reason for that is that in Milsim West, if you run real plates or weighted plates, you get an extra tourniquet, which in a direct action game is super helpful. You being shot, they tourniquet you once, and you have another go again. So if you get shot again, they can tourniquet you again. So instead of only having 2 lives, you have 3. So it pretty much, it's mandated for us that we always run plates and a helmet. Talking about helmets, this is my Militech Super High Cut. On here I have a UR Tactical helmet cover. I've got my Peltor Contact XPIs. I have a Contour camera so I can record some footage. I have a Argus battery pack, which goes to my Anvis mount. For my actual Anvis, my night vision, I run Anvis because I like ball detent. Being able to flip it up and down and automatic shut off is amazing. I'll talk about that more when I go over my night vision. But so for this helmet, this is a Chinese copy of the OpsCore Fast Maritime, or yeah, the Fast Maritime, the super high cut one. It's a little heavier than normal Maritime, but this is kosher for what they use. They use Militex, and it's actually not too heavy. Inside I have one of the Team Wendy cam fit systems and Team Wendy pads. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this. I'm going to talk about my night vision. So these are Anvis 9s. You can find Anvis 9s for relatively cheap, especially used, because a lot of times they'll be used in like helicopter fleets and they'll phase them out for some reason, and you'll find them used or on auctions for extremely cheap. These have Omni 7 tubes in them. The glass on Anvis, like the actual objective lenses are extremely crisp. They have insane edge-to-edge clarity. The only downside to an NVIS system is how fragile this bridge is. If you take a hard fall, if you knock it into something, it could crack. A perfect example of that is this has cracked at an event before, and I had to glue it back together on both sides just to be able to continue using it. You see it there as well. I'm going to be doing a housing swap relatively soon. However, I still do want to be able to use the NVIS lenses just because these things are insanely clear, and while they do also cut out green and blue light, it helps, especially if you're using ATAC, because your entire phone is blue light, so you can turn the brightness way down and you can still kind of see it on your night vision. It doesn't bloom out everything as much. NVIS uses a ball detent style system, so the actual power comes from the mount and these contacts here. So when I install this onto my helmet, into my mount, right, the power is off right now. I flip them down and the power will come on. So I flip them down, power's on. And if I don't want them on, I just flip it up, boom, power off. Don't have to worry about any on-off buttons, anything like that. It's just instant power on and off because the mount is getting all the power for it. There's no buttons or anything. The only button is the one to drop it. For me, I like that a lot because then I don't have to worry about, if I just walk in the building and flip up my nods, I don't have to worry about them looking at lights or burning out. I know they're off because there's no way power can get to these if the nods are flipped up. So also the stow position is extremely comfortable, and actual NVIS themselves are extremely light, and again, I can wear these for 8+ hours and not feel them. And you don't need as much counterweight on them as well. Like, it's my finger in the middle of my helmet right now. It's just balanced. So having a lightweight pair of night vision is extremely nice, and also, again, the instant power on and off is huge. Now I'm going to get into some more fun stuff, which is my rifle. So this is my main go-to rifle. This is my LCT AK-105. I haven't done much internally to it. The only thing I did was change out the motor, and when I did, this thing rips. I've changed out almost all the externals. I have the fake Zenitco handguard and top handguard, a fake Zenitco stock, and a real dust cover. Right now I'm running just the Surefire on here with a pressure switch, and then a Holosun 403B. It's great. Again, it has night vision mode, lets me passive aim, and yeah. On here I have a Putnik right now. I change my muzzles out constantly, so sometimes it'll be a Putnik, sometimes it'll be a DTK1. It just depends on what I'm feeling. For my sling, I have the Ars Arma intendant sling. The sling is kind of interesting because you can unclip it from the front and clip it in the back and turn it into a single point sling, which I'll never use. It's just cool that it works like that. So yeah, this is going to be my main gun for most events. The only time I'll ever use my next gun is when it's like an insurgency or something, because this rifle is the VFC AK-105. This is a gas blowback rifle, and gas blowbacks don't have nearly the ammo capacity that an AEG has. At most events, you're going to want a lot of ammo because it's going to be a lot of building shooting, and also suppressive fire is huge, and just having more ammo that you can use is a game changer. Being limited, these magazines are limited to about 40 rounds a piece, whereas my AK mags hold upwards of 120, 150 rounds. So that's over triple what this carries in one mag, and I can carry upwards of 9, 10 mags on me at a time, and so you're talking 1,500 rounds versus 400. 1,500 is just a lot better. With that being said, though, the actual range and accuracy on this gun is absolutely insane. I'm able to take one shot at someone and hit them from upwards of 100 and 125 feet accurately. I'm talking like head-size target, just one shot and hit them. I've used this gun a couple open plays, and I've loved every second of it. It's super fun. But again, with that being said, I'm still, even if I bring this gun, I'm still bringing my LCT because just having that ammo capacity. And the only time I'd ever use this gun, really, is going to be at an insurgency event where having that much ammo isn't really unnecessary. On here, I have a real Zenico B10, real Zenico RK6, have a Soma Gear PEC 15, and Aimpoint Comp M2. Normally I'd switch to Soma Gear between both my guns. I just have it on here right now because I've been using this gun recently more at game days, and it's fun to use, and I like having that same muscle memory of where the grip is and the button and having the PEC up here. So I do have the PEC for active aiming. However, passive aiming is huge, and that's why I use real optics. So again, on my LCT I have the Holosun, and on my VFC I have the Aimpoint. Being able to passive aim is a huge benefit because being able to just come up and not shine a laser, especially at an event where it's peer-to-peer, where most everyone has night vision, just being able to aim without giving away my position is a huge benefit. I proved that a couple of times at an open play with a couple other people in my chapter where they were running around with active lasers blasting at me. I was able to just come up, aim under my optic, and shoot them, and they had no clue where I was. So again, passive aiming is way better in a peer-to-peer. However, having an IR laser and IR illuminator is extremely helpful, especially if you're trying to designate a place. Like if you're trying to point out where someone is, be like, yo, they're in this building, shine my laser there. Everyone on my side knows where I'm pointing because they can see the laser. And I can't say they're there because then they have to look at me and look over and be like, all right, what is he looking at? Whereas I can shine a laser and they're like, all right, cool, it's there. So active lasers have a use. They're just not as great as passive aiming when it comes to actually shooting at someone. So yeah, that's about it for my kits. For my uniforms, again, we change from event to event. It just depends on what the chapter's feeling. Sometimes we'll run Spectre suits, sometimes we'll run ATACs or Vimple coveralls or Leafy suits. So it really depends. But yeah, that's pretty much my entire kit. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. So again, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.